Hey guys, and how's it going? We are going to carry the torch further on the 1973 Dodge Challenger that was been in a barn since 1991, and we've got a bunch of work done to it. I've done some more without filming, I should say. And that would be, I got all the door locks squared away, door panels taken off, yanked the seats out of it, yanked the carpet out of it. We have a hole to deal with right there. Not too bad though. The rest of it looks pretty solid. But there is one major problem with this car from sitting like it did for so long, is mold. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that just look yummy? So my thought is, at some point we may put a new headliner in it and do all the interior and all. But because everything is out of it, I got a couple, the two door cards on the back to get rid of, that piece of cardboard in the back. Take some plugs out of it. I want to give it a bath. I want to give it a bath with a steam cleaner and see how that does in killing the mold. You could look at the back seat, probably a better idea what we got going on. Yeah, doesn't that look good, huh? Yeah, so they definitely need some love and keep me healthy trying to drive the thing around. So we'll give that a shot. I would figure steam would be hot enough to kill the mold. And on the back of the seats there, you can see it. That's all over. So I'm gonna go give that a shot, see what it does, and then we can put it in here and let it dry out as long as it wants. It is 58 degrees out. It was 50 degrees in the garage. That's what I set the heat at when I'm not here. So it's actually warmer outside. So today's the only day we got to go do what we wanted to do. And as far as build sheets, there's a couple remnants of where it was. So that's where the build sheet was under the driver's seat, but it has since flaked away to no man's land. All right, I am gonna go get some more stuff knocked out of the car, and maybe we'll start with the seats. We'll try that, see how that looks, and then we'll continue on from there. I think we're gonna hurt the headliner. You know, it's gonna put water down in places we really don't want water, but for the one time of, you know, killing all the crap that's in it, it kind of needs it. I said to prep the car now. I want to get these panels off. Let's go see what's living behind here. I think I got it all. Nope. Yep, nope, maybe. It's got to be one in the very top. Is that it? Who's living behind here? It's like no one's ever really opened it. There's a nest right there. Alright. You can do the same for the one behind you. Vacuum it out. Get rid of some of that crap and that crap. Because I don't think there's supposed to be any material up. I don't know if there is or not. You know, up inside there. I think it's just a headliner. Yeah, pop that driver's side one out. That's a little more nasty, huh? I don't have to ate any of the wires. I see that one's a little... Nope. I think we're okay. Yeah. Vacuum that out of there. There's a bunch of plugs in the base. I'm going to go around, see if we can pop these out. Because I want to wash it and let it drain out, you know. Do I have to hit them with a hairdryer? Push them through? They're coming out. They just don't know it yet. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go get all those, or most of them, out of there, just so that we have the capacity of draining the system out. And the same in the trunk, there's a few in the trunk too. I got the package tray removed. I was going to go remove the Jensen 6x9s. But I'm willing to bet, I think they are past their useful experience. I don't know, they're pretty toasty. So I'm just going to leave them in there. The water's going to go right through them. Eventually we'll put another set in there, but I think now we're just going to leave them. Got it pretty much gutted out. I didn't take all the plugs out, just the ones that are in the low-lying areas to drain the water out of them. And I think I took 4 of them out of the front. It's kind of the same thing, just each kind of corner to get a little bit of whooshing going on. The biggest, again, is dark, but it's going to be that headliner. I got to cover the dash with something. I don't want water going down inside there, so I'm going to get some trash bags, cover that up, and protect that the best we can. Well, let's see if we could drive it outside under its own power. Be its first drive. I have a crappy seat from something else in here. Hopefully the head. Snug. I don't have a key. I don't have a key. She scared me. Fan's going, I don't know how to shut it off. I'd say it's a little on the moist side of things. I blew up that hole a little bit more in the front. That kind of sucks. But again, we're going for smell. She's a little moist under the hood too, so let's go see if it'll fire back up and drive in. We'll let it dry out. I'll shove a fan in the middle of the compartment and we'll let it dry, over the night. Good. Skeevy be gone. She's a tad wet. I pulled it in with the forklift and let her dry out. I hit everything under the hood. Not down the car, but all around it, Good enough, is it in? She said. Good. We're going to leave it right there. Disconnect the battery, get the stuff out of it. I'm going to shove a fan in it. I'll let the fan just blow through it over the course of the night or 2 or 3. And let it dry all out. Good. Already smells better. Leave that for a few days. See how it does. I'm going to mop up a little bit of the standing water that's in it. Same with the trunk. Definitely got rid of the skeevies. How do speakers hold up? We're not going to be able to tell. Hi guys, it's a few days later. Probably 3 days actually. I've been away. And everything's kind of dried up. The door panels up here. You can definitely see the sun beat that's on them, but they're clean. And the rear kick panels. Let's go check out the car. It's had 2 fans blowing on it. Let's go see. It's gonna be noisy. I'll turn them off in a minute. Curious about the headliner. Better. I wouldn't say best, but better. Let me go kill those fans. There we go. Now they're off. Oh yeah, definitely improvement. Still staining on them. I don't think the staining is mold anymore. I think we got pretty much all of that out of it. I think it's just where the daylight has been hitting it. You see where the back there against that wall where the trim was, the original color of the fabric. I may try spritzing some paint on it to clean it up. We're not doing a if you come here for a restoration, you're at the wrong place. We are cleaning this up to make a good driver out of it and not put, $40,000 into a $30,000 car is the goal that we're shooting for. Anyhow, before we get on that, I picked up 2 cans of satin black paint. Maybe we'll go play with these first and see how well it takes on these. See how the paint works on it. I'm gonna go tape off these little chrome strips on these 2. We'll start with these, see how they look, and maybe we'll jump over to the door panels. So I only have 2 cans, so we'll see how far it goes. Shake it up. Whoops. You're a little too happy there in the beginning, It happens. You gotta start slow. Work your way up. Let's see how it adheres. It's supposed to be able to work on plastic, so let's give it just a quick misting. Then we'll come back and make a coat. This is just like a tack coat. And it's satin, which I think should be pretty close to what the factory finish is. Not worried about getting paint on the lift. It's a work tool. Let that set up for about 5 minutes and then we'll give it a heavier coat. Already looks better, don't it? Yeah, this one's got a lot of discoloration. Let's go. While that one's tacking up, so give this one a quick. We can jump back and forth, you know. Part of me is going to leave it alone. You can be like, well, just kind of like leave it like patina, like the outside of the car. But it's probably the last time I'm going to have this stuff out of the car, so I figure I might as well give her a little bit of spritzing. All right. It's been about 5 minutes. I would say just that first misting coat makes it look awesome. Perfect. Maybe a little more gloss, but the more gloss you put on, the more defects it shows. You can still see it's light here and there though. But all right, let's go for coat number 2, and I think that may do it. Might go further than I thought it will. Might get all the panels done. I call it interior restoration, Rust-Oleum. Knock them out. Well, the other panels worked out so well. Let's go push our luck. Let's go see if we can kind of spruce up some seats. They're clean, and I steam cleaned them. Then I wiped them down. Let's go see how this does. I don't know if it says the paint good for vinyl. I've done it on carpets. Carpets work really easy. You put a shop vac next to you when you're doing it, just to get the extra fumes. I'm thinking the headliner will probably be pretty good too. We can do it with, but I don't think we're going to mess the seats up any more than what they are. Vinyl's close to plastic, right? Especially on the corrugated sections, it seems like it works better. Let's go let that tack up, and maybe I'll give it one more. It's gonna get some dullness. I wonder what would happen when you put like a Armor All something on this. So one can got us that far, which is pretty good. I want to go try the headliner and see how that's gonna look, if it cleans up some of the stains on that. So we're not gonna do much of this with the camera because I don't want to get paint on it, but let's go just see if we can do our best tagging job. See if it's any kind of improvement. Definitely soaks it in though. Alright, I'm gonna just knock that out. Let it dry. Let me just go I'll go right to this rib and I'll go across. I'll let that dry. We'll see what it kind of looks like. Looks like it's just absorbing it right in. I'm looking at where the original, they take quite a bit. Just because of the porosity of it, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna let that dry, the shine go away, see what we get to work with. Might not be a suitable. I'm gonna throw some patches in here and there where the tears are. I'm not gonna take it down right now. Just try to make it best as possible as that we can. Critters, stinking critters. Turn the fan on. And one of those satisfying things. Kind of better than picking a scab, huh? Yeah, that's good. These make out. These unthreaded, but I thought I would mess them up more. They're like a pot metal. Actually, on the second one, I just ran around with my fingernail, and it tore the paint, tore the tape on the edges. I think that looks pretty good. So here's how the seat came out. Still coming out. Second coat went on it. It's this is taking much longer to dry just because of the texture, I guess, of it, or the material. But it's getting there. You can see it clouding over here. It's going to sit for a couple of days before I even bother doing anything with it. I think I'm going to take I'm going to hit that seat, the back part of the back seat. I'll use up what's in that can. The rest I'll use up in the headliner. It looks pretty decent now that it dried. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm going to go peel off the rest of these though. And carpet came in. It was like $207 delivered. I think we'll let this kind of fluff out. Should be 2 pieces, right? And we'll lay this out. And we'll let it kind of expand on itself in the corner. I just got to finish, give it one last spray. I did the headliner. I'm gonna let that dry up. One last spray on the top of the back seat, and I think we're gonna go leave her for a couple of days. Enjoy the holidays. Hi guys, it's a few days later, probably 3 days actually. I've been away, and everything's kind of dried up. I had the door panels up here. You can definitely see the sun beat that's on them, but they're clean. And the rear kick panels. Let's go check out the car. It's had 2 fans blowing on it. Let's go see. It's gonna be noisy. I'll turn them off in a minute. Curious about the headliner. Better. I wouldn't say best, but better. Let me go kill those fans. There we go. Now they're off. Oh yeah, definitely improvement. Still staining on them. I don't think the staining is mold anymore. I think we got pretty much all of that out of it. I think it's just where the daylight has been hitting it. You can see where the back there against that wall where the trim was, the original color of the fabric. I may try spritzing some paint on it to clean it up. We're not doing a, if you come here for a restoration, you're at the wrong place. We are cleaning this up to make a good driver out of it and not put, you know, $40,000 into a $30,000 car is the goal that we're shooting for. Anyhow, before we get on that, I picked up 2 cans of satin black paint. Maybe we'll go play with these first and see how well it takes on these. See how the paint works on it. I'm gonna go tape off these little chrome strips on these 2. We'll start with these, see how they look, and maybe we'll jump over to the door panels. I only have 2 cans, so we'll see how far it goes. Shake it up. Whoops. Get a little too happy there in the beginning, you know? It happens. You gotta start slow. Work your way up. Let's see how it adheres. It's supposed to be able to work on plastic, so let's give it just a quick misting. Then we'll come back and make a coat. This is just like a tack coat. And it's satin, which I think should be pretty close to what the factory finish is. Not worried about getting paint on the lift. It's a work tool. Let that set up for about 5 minutes, and then we'll give it a heavier coat. Already looks better, don't it? Yeah, this one's got a lot of discoloration. Let's go. While that one's tacking up, so give this one a quick. We can jump back and forth, you know. Part of me is going to leave it alone. You can be like, well, just kind of like leave it like patina like the outside of the car. But it's probably the last time I'm going to have this stuff out of the car, so I figure I might as well give her a little bit of spritzing. All right. It's been about 5 minutes. I would say just that first misting coat makes it look awesome. Perfect. Maybe a little more gloss, but the more gloss you put on, the more defects it shows. You can still see it's light here and there though. But all right, let's go for coat number 2, and I think that may do it. Might go further than I thought it will. Might get all the panels done. I call it interior restoration, Rust-Oleum. Knock them out. Well, the other panels worked out so well. Let's go push our luck. Let's go see if we can kind of spruce up some seats. They're clean, and I steam cleaned them. Then I wiped them down. Let's go see how this does. I don't know if it says the paint good for vinyl. I've done it on carpets. Carpets work really easy. You put a shop vac next to you when you're doing it, just to get the extra fumes. I'm thinking the headliner will probably be pretty good too. We can do it with, but I don't think we're going to mess the seats up any more than what they are. Vinyl's close to plastic, right? Especially on the corrugated sections, it seems like it works better. Let's go let that tack up, and maybe I'll give it one more. So one can got us that far, which is pretty good. I want to go try the headliner and see how that's going to look, if it cleans up some of the stains on that. So we're not going to do much of this with the camera because I don't want to get paint on it, but let's go just see if we can do our best tagging job. See if there's any kind of improvement. Definitely soaks it in though. Alright, I'm gonna just knock that out. Let it dry. Let me just go I'll go right to this rib and I'll go across. I'll let that dry. We'll see what it kind of looks like. Looks like it's just absorbing it right in. I'm looking at where the original, they take quite a bit. Just because of the porosity of it, you know. I'm gonna let that dry, the shine go away, see what we get to work with. Might not be a suitable. I'm gonna throw some patches in here and there where the tears are. I'm not gonna take it down right now. Just try to make it best as possible as that we can. Critters, stinking critters. And one of those satisfying things. Kind of better than picking a scab, huh? These unthreaded, but I thought I would mess them up more. They're like a pot metal. Actually, on the second one, I just ran around with my fingernail, and it tore the paint, tore the tape on the edges. I think that looks pretty good. So here's how the seat came out. Still coming out. Second coat went on it. It's this is taking much longer to dry just because of the texture, I guess, of it, or the material, but it's getting there. You can see it clouding over here. It's going to sit for a couple of days before you can bother doing anything with it. I think I'm going to take I'm going to hit that seat, the back part of the back seat. I'll use up what's in that can. The rest I'll use up in the headliner. It looks pretty decent now that it dried. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm going to go peel off the rest of these though. And carpet came in. It was like $207 delivered. I think we'll let this kind of fluff out. Should be 2 pieces, right? And we'll lay this out. And we'll let it kind of expand on itself in the corner. I just got to give it one last spray. I did the headliner. I'll let that dry up. One last spray on the top of the back seat. And I think we're going to go leave her for a couple of days. Enjoy the holidays. All right, well, the holidays are over. We're back at it. Bam's hanging out with us today. Right, Bam? He's looking for a snack, aren't you? Anyhow, I kind of moved along on the car, got some stuff knocked out that I was going to go film on because it kills cameras. So the floor's been taken care of. I patched a hole inside that, seam sealed it, threw some paint on both sides of it. Put the front 2 doors together, and the door panels and the locks and the latches and, you know, the window regulators, lubed all them up. And on the rear deck up there, I went to this place called Savers by us. It's like a secondhand store. And that was like a throw blanket of red and black checkered because the cardboard was kind of beat up on it. So I went and spray glued that to the piece of wood, or cardboard almost, that was up there to clean that up. And at the same time, I put where the speakers are, I ran 4 screws down in each location and then nut and bolted them together so the studs are hanging down. So in the future, we can go from on the trunk and just put a couple of speakers in there. I don't have any good 6x9s at the moment. That's where we are with that. I think to this point, it's pretty much dried up. Again, it's been like 2 weeks now since we steam cleaned it out. And I think we're to the point we're going to go put the carpet back in it. So I'm going to hit it with a vacuum cleaner again, get rid of some of the, some of the loose seam sealer that is left over from them, and we'll get the carpet back in. Once we get that in, we can start putting the rest of the interior back. Headliner looks decent. You don't put a light on it, it really looks good. Like if you just, get in the car and kind of look at it without a light, it looks fairly decent. We're gonna do something about patching that hole. Maybe we'll take like a black t-shirt and cut a patch out and put it up inside there. What are you doing? Nothing. It's a guilty look on your face there, buddy. Anyhow, yeah, so let's get to getting that carpet in here, and then we can get the rest of the interior buttoned up. I don't know if we want to do any painting on that. We can do that later. Like paint that glove box and ashtray and all. We got 2 sections of carpet laid out. The original actually is 2 layers. Looks like they put carpet right over the top of carpet, and they even glued it. Scusa. You can help me take it apart? So it has... What are you doing? You think that's there for you to play on, don't you? Leave you home tomorrow. And anyway, the new carpet came in 2 sections. It's got a rear and a front section to it. We have a bunch of slicing. Ma'am, can you come over here? Come, move it. Well, you got to believe me. Underneath there's sections that are cut out for the console and all everything to go popping through the center of it. And I can't even tell what's stuff forward in the back. But get. You're making it hard. Say hi to the people. Now you're gonna settle down. Anyhow, I think maybe we'll try putting the rear section in, see how it kind of fits. We'll start trimming that one a little bit, and then we'll move over to the front one. And we have to go find out again where the shift holes and everything kind of fit through, and find all the. So it's actually backwards. That's the front. So I got to spin this one around and use that for the copy. You good? Good. Go find your ball. Make yourself useful. Good. Go get it. How about that? What's that? Ready? Yeah, you're gonna make me go in there and get it now, aren't you? I think we get it. Floor's wet too. Clean that. Watch your head. What you got? Get your ball. No, he's going back to the carpet. I think it's That's not carpet that's put down for you to play on. I know you think it is, but it's not. It's nice that they got the padding built onto it too. So already got this underlayment. I don't know how far back. It just seems like it's gonna really overlap the front carpet quite a bit. There's a mount right here for, I don't know if you even need to cut that out. Look at the other one. That's the tail end of the console. I don't know if you can see it. It goes there. Maybe what we'll do is we'll trim it up somewhat to get it close, and then we'll lay the other one in. The front one's gonna be the one that's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. This one seems like it's pretty good. I'll cut around with the latches out. I'll leave this long. This goes under the seat anyway. But judging by the front, that other piece of carpet was like, I don't know, 6 feet long, and there's only about a 4-foot span that's left. Yeah, so this shows about 10 inches from the front to where the first hole is cut. Judging by the other one. They're going to overlap by quite a bit, I think. Pedals, and we got to find all the seat belt holes. I think I might just go slice it right down the center. And again, the console kind of covers everything anyway. Maybe we can, you know, slice it, pull it back, and then as we need to notch holes, we'll notch into each one. Yeah. I'm gonna look at the old carpet real quick, see if there's anything we can adjust from it, but I think that's probably gonna be the best way to go. Well, I actually peeled those two sections of carpet apart from each other, the upper layer and the lower one. This is the original carpet that came with the car. And 2/3 of it, 3/4 of it is there. This is the rear section, and that's the passenger side. Of course, the driver's side gets all the beadings, and that part's gone. But we could go take this. I think we'll line up where the hump goes up. We'll lay this one on top of the new one, and we'll carve out those shifter holes and where the seatbelt brackets go through. And that should get us close enough. So you get him a bed all set up for the shop to go hang out. Even got his name on it. And he lays on the floor. You're gonna get dirty. Yeah, just like me, right? You want to be like me, that's what it is. I think we got it pretty good. I don't have chalk. This is for welding. I don't know if this will leave enough of a mark. I want to put something on it that's not permanent though. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do it. Look around, see if I have a piece of chalk. We'll you know, trace out stuff, and if it does show, we can kind of brush it off. You know what I mean? What's a hardware store? The chalk I could find was like these things. I don't know, maybe we'll cut it on the bandsaw. See if it leaves the line. Yeah, let me go see if I can go cut this up to something that we can actually like draw with. It's like a blue booby. Let's see if this will work. Let me try it again. Let's see if we can make like a, yeah. And about 2, just in case I screw one of them up. Right, let's use that. Start with it. I wonder what we could use for like the round holes for where all the seatbelt stuff was. You can't use anything with teeth on it because it grabs the carpet, you know. I wonder if I think I had these like little, I don't even call them like little die things. They're smooth going around. I think they're meant maybe for punching leather. If I have one large enough, maybe we could use that for, I said doing like the seat belt holes. All right, so these are going to be where the tracks bolt down. Seats. I think we got seat belt there and there. I'm gonna go finish up drawing them. We'll get that up out of our way. Let's see if we make good enough witness marks for us. That's pretty good. We could get scissors, all these. Yeah, let me go see if I can find something that's a little bit like a hole punch. The land of weird drill stuff should be over here. It's like this, but it's got a smooth edge on it. That might be it. Let's keep looking though. Actually, maybe these. What size are they? Yeah, that'd be good. If you find something larger, that's tiny. Look like they're all the same. All three of those say the same part number on them. Yeah, it took me a second to get it open. Yeah, that might do it right there. It's got like a sharp edge on the top of it. We use that for cutting through, and it's got a handle that it goes on. A little center punch. We'll probably get like behind it with like a piece of wood. Let's put them on there and give it a tap on the largest one. Good. Thought I had something that would fit the bill. I think this is just a handheld. Yeah, it's a handheld setup. While we're here. These are for glass. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna have, which is more than enough. Let's go practice. I got a piece of wood underneath it. This is the one where it's under the seat, so let's go see. I got the largest one on it. It'd probably be better off going the other way, but let's see if we do anything. Wants to. Because all the fabric's on the other side that needs to be cut, you know. We're pretty good. We need some scissors still to go cut the little fuzzies off. You know, because it's a continuous thread. I want to be better off just with scissors. That's a red idea. I may try it a little bit more. Now I'm going to try another one or two, see if I can get a good pattern going to it. Cut a decent, well, half of that scissors. If I flipped it over, it would do much better because we'd be hitting a punch on this side, you know, where all the glue is. I see wood chips coming up. Is that a good sign? It does okay. Like I said, it's still holding on to a couple of threads here and there. I could transfer the marks on the other side, but for the amount of holes that we get another 4 or 5 to go. I'll just do it like that. You know, when we go and lay it off, the hole's going to be like that far off anyway. You'll have to put a slice in it to get the bolt in anyhow. I'm getting better at it. Almost there. Just got to work it a little harder, that's all. Rocking it, hitting it, and then turning it on an angle seems to be the best, but getting a round plug out of it. Well, since we're experimenting, how about we try, but cutting carpet long ways, how about an electric steak knife? Think that might work for us? Let's go find out. Well, I would think we'd have to make like a starter hole, but let's see what it'll just in case, see if it'll be able to cut through. It may be so soft that it's not able to do anything. Give it a try. Because we got those long sections to do. And if that works, you know what I mean? Let's go see. Oh yeah. Gotta watch my fingers there, you know? Yeah. Like carving a turkey. All right, I'm gonna knock out the last little couple of bits, hit it with a vacuum cleaner, we'll throw it back there, see how it lines up to stuff. Actually, this one has the padding in it. Let's go see how it does on that one. It's hard to cut through even with scissors, so. And it works. Not as easy, but. Yeah, gotta trim it. We'll just trim this stuff up. The fuzzies. I tried cutting through it with scissors, and it's too much for the scissors. Too thick. I bet you if I had a better pair of scissors, it would do better. Yeah. All right, I think that's all the holes on this one. I'm gonna hit it, like I said, with a vacuum. We'll put it back there. I'm gonna line up to these two holes. Seem pretty good. We opened up maybe a hair. Or we just leave them alone. How's everything else lined up to where? That's a slice for the rear seat belt bracket. We got to trim some of this back, it looks like. Let's go see how we line up to the holes for the floor. That one's right there. Yeah, so that one seems like it could be moved over a little. That's what I was afraid of. I'm gonna go check that side, see if it has to shift one way or another, or if I'm just. That one's good. The one's on the tunnel. I think we lost it on the curve a little bit. Yeah, it's under the seat, fortunately, so we don't have to worry about seeing it. We are about 3/4 of an inch off on these two. Actually, no, that one's okay. That one's all right. These two are off, though, I think. All right, so I'm going to go take some time, do some trimming. I'm probably just going to cut slots to where those are and open them up with, again, a pair of scissors. But I'm going to try getting the back section put back together because I don't think that will stop us from anything in the front. You know what I mean? I'll get all the seatbelts and everything put back in here so we're not trying to lean over. And the other carpet goes over the top of this one. It's got the finished edge on it. So it goes over the top of this one. All right, lesson learned. Just go see what, that one looks like it's right on. You might be actually okay with that one, that one. That one's okay. And this one's a little on the high side. So we're close. We got most of them. But again, the carpet has the capacity to move a little bit. But that one's good. That one's good. That one's close to good. We'll slice that one a little bit. And then this one, I think, is too high. It's right about here. Where it needs to be. These have the big clumpy seatbelt things over it, though. Those are what go there. So you're not going to see much behind it. That's going to be the fun one. Up around the car. But again, the huge console goes over the whole center of it. Yeah, you think I didn't hear you. I heard you. Almost. Forgot the drain plugs. Body plugs, drain plugs. Get in your belly. I go pop all them back in. Thought you caught me, didn't you? They're picking away at it pretty good. I'm happy with how the back section came out. Yeah. That definitely cleans things up compared to what it used to look like, huh? Headliner looks pretty good with it. And I like the decking on the back. I put a couple of scratches trying to get a screw started in there. I just spritzed it up so they're shiny for now. It should die down. I like it. So far so good. Yeah, really cleaning up nice in here. Got to kind of, I have a little handheld steamer. See like where it's kind of pucked out right there? And like right here. I wonder if it would benefit from like heating that up a little bit and kind of tapping down on it. Plus, another thing that's kind of weird too is look at the gap that's underneath the seat. And the seat's down and locked in its position. I don't know why this is like this. Maybe there was something else that's supposed to be in here. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like it fits all that great, huh? Looks like the factory seat, you know, that's the one that was in there. I don't think it's a seat out of something else. But Anyhow, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Start working on the front setup, get that locked out. I left this long for now. This is where that sill plate goes, and it probably gets cut to probably right about there. But I'm gonna leave it to last in case we got to tweak it a little bit. Like I said, I think we'll be okay with the floor holes. That one for the seat tracks. The ones on the other side are off a little bit, but again, the seats are on top of it, so it's not too bad. Seatbelts worked out pretty good. I didn't have to go move anything with those. They lined up fairly decent. I'm kind of looking, I'm trying not to screw it up. And so I threw the console back in it, just to kind of take a peek, took the steering wheel out of the way, give us a little bit of room. It looks like from the tunnel, there's a good 10 or 12 inches from the front, but the back definitely cruises fairly far back. So I think we're probably going to end up stopping right about here. So maybe what we'll do is we'll split it. Maybe we'll offset it because the shifter is offset to the driver's side. Maybe we'll just cut it right down the center, or off center to this way a little bit. And we'll try to get it down around the shifter, and maybe we'll start kind of cutting. I don't think, other than, the 4 holes in the front for the front bolt, seat bolts, there isn't really much in the floor to have to, there's no seatbelt holes or anything like that to try to get in place. So let's go do that. What maybe we'll do is also, I'll show you. I have the one piece left over, the passenger side. And it's kind of a copy, but I don't know, how far up or how far back to go. I'm using this for maybe our template, but maybe we'll leave this much of it together, and we'll just slice it for now right up to here. And we'll try to see if we can get this in place and wiggled into place and tackle it from there. I would say these are probably where the bolt holes were. And of course, the carpet's just kind of ripped out from there as our guide. I think what I'm going to do, just in case we need it, let's go mark it out with chalk where this one seems to want to lay. And if we can use that for a reference later on, we will. And if we don't need it, we don't need it. Just as no, we don't want that one because that's where it was cut. Well, let's just try to go see if we can do a plunge cut. This has the padding in it too. We're going to hit it right about here. Yeah. A little bit. Got the bogging down. Let's leave it a little shy. Yeah. See if we can get that to slip over where the shifter is. I'll lean it out. I think I still have to get it pushed forward. Maybe a little bit more. I'm kind of wondering if this is supposed to stop right at that line. But what's holding me up right now is going around that gas pedal. Work with that is we'll put a slice in so that I can go further up the firewall. It also seems like it's kind of running out of room to get around that AC duct or the heat duct there. And maybe we'll give her a little, well, yeah, it has to go too much more, but maybe about another 1.5 inches, and we'll give her a little bit of love right there, a little tweak. How's the rest of it look? Definitely see how much has to get trimmed. I could trim a bunch of this away, because there's a kick plate that goes there. May help it lay in that corner a little bit better. And then we got to do the high beam, low beam switch. That side seems like it has a lot more room. I wonder, well, it can't go too far that way because this has to be under the driver's feet. You think your heel, when you're working the gas pedal, you think your heel would want to be touching right there, right? It's the whole idea of it. The wear point. What do we got for space? Yeah, we're good, I don't know, 8 inches back yet on the other carpet. So yeah, I think it's got to go forward a little bit more. A little bit more slicing. I wonder if I can get got to cut this open more too, because there's still the whole shift linkage is still up in here yet, up right about there. I want to get forward as much as possible. I just don't want to lose where the console is and then have a, you know, a sliced or open gap in front of it. Yeah, I'm gonna whittle away. I'm gonna whittle. I've been slicing away, trying to get it fit into place. It seems like I just have too much. With the tunnel goes up and gets wider, but it seems like I just have a little too much fabric up in there. That, my opinion is, it would need to go forward. The more forward you get, the more, you know, it kind of spreads out upper part of that tunnel. But I think we're pretty much where we're going to stay. I want to even say that that padding, which is, I'm just guessing that's where it's supposed to go, is pretty close to where it should be. That is pretty close to where it should be. It's got a wrinkle in it. Even with it not even in the car, that corner has a wrinkle in the, you know, when they ironed on that plastic section. I think probably the best bet would be maybe to get the console, get it together. Problem is I didn't paint it, so what I'm going to go do now, I'm going to go clean that up, spritz it with some paint, let that set overnight, and then we can bolt that piece down. It'll kind of claim all the pieces from there, and we'll work from the center out on each side. The passenger side actually looks pretty good. I have a piece of wood there kind of holding down, claiming its place, and when you push on it everywhere, it moves maybe, you know, ½ inch or so. So it's pretty much sucked in over there. It just seems like this is a little too bunched up, and once we get the console, maybe we can kind of go pull back on it against this side. But I think the console is going to kind of maybe lock it in. Plus, you know, it would be what we can and can't see. I'm afraid that, you know, we cut down too far. This is actually, you know, somewhat exposed. I'm surprised that the back seat and when the console's in there, that it doesn't come down and just touch right on it. They have it with an air gap in between. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna prep the console and we'll give it that a little spritz. So I already, the door was already off of it, and I took the wood grain piece out. I don't know if we can get this. Can we get this out of here? Probably just got tabs that bend over and hold it. Is the ashtray. Back in cars had ashtrays. Let me go pick at that. I'm just gonna go wipe it, hit it with Scotch-Brite with glass cleaner, and we'll make her look good. Got rust. How's plastic rust? It's just like little tabs holding it. So we can get them bent out. See if we can get away with just doing one, leave the other one alone. There we go. Yeah, 1, 2. Before that one, we could leave it alone. We'll try to work it back in when we're done. Just bend that one tab back in place. Splurging, can number 3. Easy on the throttle. I think we'll do it upside down. Do like a mist coat, a tack coat, if you will. Then I'll give it a second coat and then I'll flip it over. That's it. Do 2 coats on the bottom, I'll flip it over and hit the top, and we just leave it that way. Any excitement too much for you there, buddy? You wanna go home? Go for a ride? Alright, we're gonna get going. He likes the inside of the truck more than he likes the his dog bed. Alright. We'll go. Watch your face. Rude. Alright, well, it's the next day. The paint's kind of dried up. They look really good, actually. Amazing how well that does for it. And gotta still detail all the pieces that go back on it and get the door bonding. Chase Hardware. I think this wasn't even attached to it. I don't know if I have the button for that or not, but it should work enough. One thing I did forget though, the 2 kick panels. I forgot to spray them, so I'm gonna get them going now too. Plus I also did under the dash on the passenger side, so go check that out. I haven't looked at that yet. There we go. Okay, just to spruce it up. I think Armor All will probably take this part of this pretty good. Get it a little on the brighten side, but this was all rusty and everything, so yeah. Get off of there. And then the ashtray, which we painted up on the console, up on the bench over there, has to go up. The metal, looks like I probably could have hit it one more time. We'll worry about it. I still have more to do over there, so I'll do that when the car's all together. I just lay a blanket on the interior so you don't get paint on the other stuff. But you can still see the steering column, everything still needs to be done over there. Like I said before we start putting the console in, try to clean up what we can. All that stuff on the front of it there. Get all the scuzzies out of the corners, you know. Then I want to run some lube on all the linkage points. Seems to move pretty good, but won't hurt. Probably get that plastic underneath it too. See if it's got. I wonder if we should hit this with a wire wheel. It's got some rust on it. We got a new shifter to go over it, but T-handle, I should say. Maybe we'll do that. We'll hit it with the, well, the plastic's not around it, you know. Since the console comes up on the side of it. Better. In my opinion, good enough. And we need lube. Let's go lube some points. I mean the button where it goes down. And a little knuckle right there. Then up front, looks like it's got another one. I think from there it goes under the car. There's one more here. A little reach around there. Pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna go take a wire wheel to the rust that's on here, so that T-handle has to slide down. And it's got a locating pin right there. Let's go put it like straight up and down. I don't know if you see any. I think you can only see this part and this part. I don't know if you can see this part of it. I think it gets covered by the console. Drop or two down it. So I think that rod goes down to like a pin that goes across it and locks it in different locations. Console time. I have to go put the center section in, but that has to go on last. And I went to put the glove box door on, and it keeps springing open because it's missing the lock. All stuff that we can get to later. Let's go see how well this is going to fit with the carpet. I think we could probably just leave everything just the way it is. I don't think we have to carve anything else out. Let's make sure that front can get close enough to bolt down. Alright, so that's front's touching right now. And the back looks pretty good. I don't know about the bezel. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like it's racked. This is racked. I wouldn't think the console would have to go. Oh, maybe. Maybe it goes like that. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna get some screws in and start getting stuff buttoned up, moving stuff along. We need to get some stuff done. It's taking too long. Yeah, as you can see what I'm talking about. Console's in, it's got 3 of the 4 screws, but it's located where it would be. This is racked like that. I'm gonna go take it back apart again and see if that lower bezel, see if I can loosen this up and see if I can get a little bit of turn out of it, get it squared away, maybe just on these right here. I think it's one there and one there. Yeah, it's 3 of them. And see if I loosen them up and give it a little bit of a kick, get it more straight. Only 4 screws hold the whole console in. Alright, fast forward a little bit. This is where we are. Look pretty good. It's coming out fairly decent. The only thing I did different was I chased the last 2 holes after everything else was done. I was able to kind of poke down with a screwdriver, marker with chalk, stick the wood underneath it, and hammer the hole through. So we got them more dead on. But other than that, it worked out really nice. I got it all tucked away. All the kick panels are up and in. A little lumpy here and there, like you can see where it kind of wants to stay. You know, a little tall. I'm thinking in the summertime when the heat hits it, maybe it'll help relax it. And possibly, again, like we talked about the steam cleaner. Little, what are they called? Threshold? Door kicks? Something like that. They are all put back together. So other than the front 2 seats, we're pretty much have the interior all back together. It's really looking nice. Let's go, I know what we're going to be able to do with the seats. Let's go pop up the driver's seat, take a peek at it. Oh, yeah. This is the driver's seat, which is the worst one of the 2. Alright, so we can get something to keep her from doing a wheelie. Good. Alright, let's go give ourselves an assessment of what we got. It's pretty beat. I don't know if somebody tried sewing it already, or is that just coming apart? Definitely needs seat covers, huh? You know, no way around. I was hoping possibly we can sew it up a little bit and just kind of run it for now. But I think, you know, we're even missing this piece altogether, so that's not going to happen. And if we did, it's just too brittle to try to even save. The back aesthetically looks somewhat decent, especially after we clean it and spritz it a little bit. You know what? I got some Volkswagen seat covers. Possibly, you know, who knows what the bottom. Let me go grab some. Yeah, so this would be like what goes on like your 68 Beetle or something. And they were leftovers at a Volkswagen swap meet. And I don't think it was a full kit. It was just kind of what was left over. I don't know if we'll be able to possibly. I don't know if these are slipovers or you're supposed to remove it, you know, the actual covers. I'm not sure. I think we can kind of work with it. You know, if we can cut it up and slice it in certain areas. Let's see if we can get the back of the seat right off of it and see if we can get this to cover this. Maybe even if we have to cut like a piece of foam or something for it, we could kind of stitch it all underneath it. Yeah, let's go see if this will come apart. We'll get that out of the way and we'll try to work with that on there. And if it works on one, it'll work on the other. And we'll just at least clean the seats up somewhat and, you know, have a little bit of structure left to it where it's not going to fall apart getting in it. The back's not going to work though. The back's got a totally different style. I think I looked them up. It's around $1,000. Correct ones. I do not have that kind of money to spend on it right now. Let go. The hook's got it. Let go with the hook. The latch. Come on, let go. There you go. You saw none of that, huh? Everything went every way. Gives a good chance to try and go clean it a little bit better too. Let's get this one off the bench. We'll set this one up and we'll start stretching that cover over. See if it's even close. We're gonna bolt the tracks and stuff too, but let's just go see if this is even gonna be feasible. Back up here. It seems like the angle on the front of the seat on a bug cuts back on a sharp angle, and this isn't as much. Let's just go lay it on top, see if it's even. Yeah, it's about. It's a hair smaller all the way around. You got about an inch shy all the way around. I'm not opposed to cutting it up to getting it on there. Let me go look. There's a couple of sets up there. I don't think there's anything else that might be bigger. Maybe carbon Ghia seats are a little bit wider. I do have a set for carbon Ghia, but I don't know if I want to. Because I have a carbon Ghia that it is, I think, in play for. Kind of looking like the same deal though as far as the angle going back. Let's just go see if that is. That's pretty freaking close. Length is shy a little bit, maybe not. Let's go compare that to a bug, see if there's any difference. Yeah. If I pull the bug over to one side, that's the amount of difference it is. And it's got some padding in the middle of it. Let me screw around with this a little bit, see if it'll kind of fit. You could actually tell, mice were in the package and everything. That's when I got it. This one at a swap meet too, probably for like $20 or $30 for the set. So yeah, say there's a chance. Huh? I think right now it's all the hardware. We can't bring it up around because all the tracks won't allow the front to come back more. I'm gonna go pop the tracks off of it. And we'll try a little bit more. I'm still not giving it much hope, but it definitely looks better than the Beetle one. Give a good chance to clean these up too. Get the rust out of the tracks and all. I'm going to go take a little time to screw around, see if we can. We could always take the other cover off too, But let's go see if I'd like to see if we can get it to go right over what's there. That probably wouldn't hurt either, huh? It's close. How's the front of it look? Yeah, we're going to be all baggy in these corners though. I do have a backup plan. I have a set of just like, seat covers. Ones you throw over, like universal ones. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it for us. I'm going to look around, see if I have anything else that has a little bit more of the bolsters on the side of it, where Volkswagen has more of a flat seat. Something that kind of takes in that area. The only other thing I can think of is we take some foam if we were to fill, you know, the middle of it. It would puff the whole thing. Yeah, there was this set of like universal seat covers that was covering the, these were on the 4Runner, I think, and I took them off. Again, definitely don't go with the style of the car. It's just something that should be in like your 86 Camaro or something, you know. But if it's what we need to use, we're going to use it for now until I find something else. See how they play. I think the fit's going to be better. That's the thing you're supposed to pull through. And I'm feeling we're going to end up going with these for now. But the seats are out, so we can kind of maybe take our time to get a, you know, more snug fit on them. Definitely not what I was thinking. For actually, the back has the checkerboard flannel in the rear deck. All right, plot twist. The original seats we started with, they were, I'm getting them all mixed up now. So I believe it were these. These are the original ones we were going to go try putting on. And then we had the Carmen Ghia ones we were going to go use. Well, these are the seat backs on the bottom. And they seem to kind of cover it much better, where these have a little bit more of like a Coke bottle design to them, where they taper in, and this seat doesn't. So these seem a little bit more suitable for trying to cover the bottoms of them up. They're still baggy in areas. I don't know, maybe we can cut a little piece of foam or just, you know, really kind of stretch them and heat them up and move them around. Maybe we can kind of get them to snug. The sides look pretty good, you know. It's just the hardware underneath. We can bolt the tracks right through it. And then it still has the original seat inside, you know. We can get the locks back on it and cut holes for that. So I'm going to go through what I got. I want to make sure I'm not killing a good set for something that I need. But if I have two seat backs for Beetles, maybe we'll chop them up for now and we'll use them. So that set that I have isn't a set. This is the one that we're playing with, the Beetle one. It's missing one of the bottoms, which is good. We're going to use two of the tops. And we just have to fill it in with some batting, I think, to help get rid of that. Let's just go try this and see how it looks. We'll wrap it up around the corner. Actually, I think that might... Of course, we'll pull it taut back the best we can. I'm going to wrap it so it goes around the center here. I got more length to it yet, yeah. I'm going to back the cover off. I'm going to bring it up into this area, the foam, to help fill in the cover. And I think that might do it. Let's go take a peek. Yeah. I mean, it's fluffier, like the other seat, you know, definitely caved in and went back up again. And it's the style of the seat, but, you know, I'd rather think have it like this than have, you know, the holes and everything that are in it until we either come up with the money for the seat covers or, you know, find something that's eBay good used or something. Honestly, it's not bad. Even the patterns are not too far off from each other. They kind of go, kinda. So that's it. A couple of tie wraps in the back, no harm, no foul to it. Cut about 6 tie wraps. Just the top and the bottom are clamped down together. I'll show you if you can see it. Yeah, the back of it's just clamped together. Might put 1 or 2 more in the corner and cut that little bit of material around where it rests on it. It actually looks like it'd be fairly comfortable. Look at that. All right, I'm going to go get that seat thrown in, and I'm going to go knock out the other one so that we can kind of wrap this up. And I would say the last little detail to go on is a brandy new shifter. That button should kick out. Is that enough? Feels like that button should pop out a little more than that. look inside there. That's it. Let's go put the screw in and see if it works. I already shot oil all up and down inside there. A little too high, a little too low. Can you see? I don't know if that little sleeve is stopping us. There it goes. Ping! That's the whole button. Oh yeah. You know I'm sexy. Watch the button not work. Not great, huh? I should really pop out and we should probably put maybe a little oil in the shifter itself. Yeah, that's lame. Right. I gotta go take it apart to go shoot some oil inside there. We're so close. And the final of having it all together. Still have to do the steering column and the steering wheel, but everything else really looks awesome. It came out really nice. Back seat can use a little Scotch-Brite, take a little bit of the shine off. But the rest of it, all the door panels and everything came out good. I forgot I had a another door handle that's not broke for this one. But at some point I got to pull this door panel off anyway when I get the right mirrors. Right now it's just one I found at a swap meet for like $2 and just screwed it on there for now. But there's a remote control that gets hooked up to it. My light's flipping out. But yeah, I like the seats. I'm really kind of surprised. I just washed that one. A little bit of oil on it. How well that kind of matches. Even the pattern's not too far off from what it is, you know? If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't really, it doesn't really stand out. Not like they're blue or something. I have some more of that material left behind. Possibly I'd like to see, you know, because the dash is cracked. If I could just make a dash pad to go over the top of it, but I need to be able to sew the ends up, you know what I mean? To be able to have it maybe go fit that area and kind of match the front and the rear. Waiting on speakers. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to go chase. You know, I'm trying to do this economically, as you may be able to tell. I think what are we into it for? The interior, $260, and 208 of that was carpet. The rest was paint, and I think we had $20 for the 2 door lock levers, which were these things that we're missing. Yeah, so we come out. I need the lock for the center right now. See what that blue tape is? I undid the spring so that, because normally you would hit the button on the center console and it would spring open. Well, with no lock in it, just wants to stay open. So I just undid the spring for now and it's hanging. But yeah, really came out. I'm real happy with it. So the next thing, we have a couple just some little mechanical things to take care of, which is the kick down on the carburetor to the linkage. I have it. It was missing some of the link. Right now it's just a tie wrap holding it to the throttle cable. But yeah, really. My light's kind of crapping out a little bit, but yeah, again, get the steering column done. And I ordered the new bezel for the interior light. It was like $7 for that little, you know, yellow plastic thing. But the rest of it looks really decent compared to what it used to look like. Real happy. All right, guys, I think we are done. You know, this has gone over a couple of weeks, and now we have a foot of snow outside and salt is on everything. So the test and tune part, I'm going to put off until we get a heavy rain. It washes a bunch of the salt away. I wouldn't want it to get rusty. And we can go, you know, just kind of finish the ending of this and do a road trip. It's been registered for a long time. Like I said, we have to do the carb. It's just a tie wrap holding it right now. Okay, so the kick down all set up. Right now the kick down is just pushed back on the trans. I don't know if the trans is any good or not, or any other issues. We haven't run it. I do have a spare trans upstairs. Of course I do. All right, guys, with that, I think we're gonna go collar. And here's the floor. That's what I cut out of the floor. The rusty hole that was in it that we patched. But I'm glad to get that done. That's the point I wanted to get to. As far as the hole above the sun visor, I may try taking a black t-shirt, cutting it to a rectangle, and attaching it or gluing it to where that hole is to clear that up. But looking good. Really getting there. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. I'll see you soon. Later.